parents, it is your job to parent. These clowns that unfortunately I'm somehow related to because I married this one over here, and she has a family that's involved in the social justice war, the war on social justice, whatever the hell it is. And as we talked about yesterday, her niece, my niece, beautiful young lady, decided that she was going to run for homecoming prince. Now, it would be like, listen, it's all bullshit. If she dressed up as a dude, had a dude haircut, called herself Michael or some bullshit, whatever, okay? Do what you do, whatever. That would be one thing. She went to homecoming wearing a dress with the hair all did up and shit, with the princess crowning on. But it gets better than that. So, since she's friends with some of the sophomore kids, they thought it was a bright idea to do this too. So the sophomore prince, the freshman prince and princess, sophomore prince and princess, are all female. Now, it's about social justice, about inclusiveness and all that other bullshit, right? How included do you think the boys were that ran for put their little bids in to be prince? Huh? It's not about what's right or wrong. It's a fucking popularity contest is what it is. It's the same thing when I was in school. And you all too. Everybody. I wasn't the I was popular in the sense I had a lot of friends, but I wasn't the popular kid in school. Like, I hung out with everybody. I've hung out with everybody. I mean, Stacey McLeod, who is now a reporter for Knoxville News, I think, like Channel 12 Knoxville News. I used to hang out with her. Megan Reed, one of her best friends, who's now, she was popular in school, which was a good friend of mine growing up. Still a family friend who is now, a recovering junkie. Who else? Marcus Black, one of the, best ball players. Jeremy Carter, used to hang out with that dude all the time. He was the starting tailback from the time I was in school with him in middle school until all the way through high school. Regardless, but I hung out with the other kids too. Marcus Nash, dude had no friends. It wasn't because he wasn't a nice guy, and it wasn't because he wasn't cool. It was because he was fucking poor. He was from the projects. That's why people didn't want to be his friend, because his family couldn't afford clothes for him, so he would wear the same clothes, repeated days and shit like that. Which, fuck, I do that shit now. I'm a grown-ass man who can afford clothes. I mean, just as a man, there's many levels of dirty. They're just fucking clean and dirty. Regardless, though, it's a popularity contest. So these 4 girls are popular. They thought it'd be cute to do this. But at the same time, they didn't think about the boys that were running for this shit and how included they felt in the whole process. It's total bullshit. If I was one of those boys' parents, I would be down there raising 16 kinds of fucking hell with those principals. Wanting to know what is really going on here. What's it about? Is it about what's right and wrong? What are we teaching these kids? We're teaching these kids that, because of popularity, you can wedge yourself into some group that you don't belong in, win some shit that you have no business winning, just because you're the popular kid in town. Fuck out of here, man. I told my wife is supposed to go over there and do her homecoming makeup, because today is actual homecoming. They go and do a little dance and shit. The other day was just the football thing. I told my wife not to take part in it. She's supposed to go do her makeup, so I wouldn't take part in it. I know it's your niece and all that shit, but the problem is that she's expecting you to come over there and do her makeup because you're now a semi-professional, soon-to-be professional makeup artist. I wouldn't do it. And when they ask why, I would tell them why. Regardless, though, the point of it is that my sister-in-law, hate saying that shit, is not being a parent to her kids. If my son tried to do some shit like that, shit, he wouldn't try it twice. But see, my 15-year-old niece has, the LGBTQLPYSMNM flag hanging, the rainbow flag, hanging in her room. She's got the BLM flag or whatever the hell it is, some poster hanging in her room, and all that bullshit. And this is allowed to happen, and it's not because any of this shit, she believes in any of this shit, or she even knows what any of this shit is. It's because her mom, who's obviously white, Chrissy's twin sister, is married to a black dude who was raised to hate whitey. And he'll tell you. Dale and I don't get along at all. Not because for any other reason than I know what he is. Number one, he's a snitch. I know he told on people. I know my brother-in-law told on people. That's why I don't go in his house. I don't respect you. I don't respect your house. I don't go to your house. It don't matter if we go there for, Christy wants to go there for Christmas and shit. Sometimes her niece and nephew and sister, I get all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck. There's 6 inches of snow outside and it's Christmas. Mine sits on the porch. That's as close as I go to going in. Occasionally I might walk in just to say hi, to tell Chris to get the hell out or whatever. I don't sit down in the house normally. Very rarely do I. Because I don't respect you, I don't respect your house, I'm not doing it. Regardless though, this is what this means. If you're going to tell on people, like I know for a fact he did, I know for a fact this dude told on people. No, I haven't seen it on paperwork, but I have been in trouble in the same county that he got in trouble in, and I know you don't get caught with 8 pounds of weed, and then your old lady goes to jail, and then she gets out tomorrow, and she never goes into the courtroom, ever, and shit just disappears. Come on now. Not a dum-dum here. But when you will do shit like tell on other people, you also not tell your kids, or tell your kids or bitch slap your kids into doing what's right. Dale thinks that the whole world hates white people, although he's never been white, to know how whites are treated or how different whites are treated, just like different blacks are treated. Do you think Osama bin Laden shit, oops. Obama is treated the same as some, dude that's selling crack in South Central LA? Probably not. Same thing, white people aren't treated the same. I've had everything, with the exception of being shot or stabbed, I've had everything happen to me that's happened to black people that they complain about, especially with the cops. I stood right here on this interstate right over here and got hit in the back of the head, like straight pistol whip, not pistol whip, I don't know what it's called, rifle whip, with a rifle, because I wouldn't get on the ground. I wasn't doing nothing, I was just standing there. Get on the ground. Nope, I'm not a dog, I don't do that kind of shit. But that's why my kids don't buy the bullshit, and their kids buy into all the bullshit. Because they won't be parents because their parents weren't parents. Their parents blamed everything on everybody else instead of putting the blame on where it's at. My kids know. I have the conversations with my kids all the time. You accept what you do, and you take responsibility for your own actions. If your life is shitty, it's because you made shitty decisions. You accept that and you fix it. Whether that be now, later, or 100 years from now. Not in that house. It's everybody else's fault. We need to be inclusive. We need to be gender fluid, although we're not gender fluid. We just want the title, so we'd be the first to do it. And that was what it was really about, is that these girls are the first prom princes in their classes. So Amaya is the first prom prince as a freshman. This other girl's the first prom prince as a sophomore. But whatever, it's all fucking bullshit, man. And I'm calling it what it is. It's not my place to do it, but it just so happens that sometimes I have to go to this house, and sometimes I accidentally bring shit up that might not be the best time to bring stuff up. And this is definitely going to get brought up, and not to her, not to the 15-year-old. It is her fault because she's old enough to know better. But the problem is she don't know better because her parents didn't fucking teach her right. If your girl wants to be prom prince and dresses like a girl, you need to slap the shit out of her. If your girl wants to be prom prince and she dresses like the boy, you still need to slap the piss out of her. A little bit of confusion's okay. You get way confused, somebody needs to check your ass. Because when you don't, you wind up with the shit that we're dealing with today, people. The world is what it is today because of parents. Because the parents not checking the shit out of their kids. Joe Biden's mama should have slapped the fucking shit out of that kid. Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, all them son of bitches have been bitch slapped by their parents. I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't get it. Am I the most lenient parents in the world? The most lenient parents in the world. I can't ever remember being grounded. I remember my sister getting grounded once. I talked about that the other day. I've been in plenty of fist fights with my dad. From the time I was about, 15, until the last fist fight we got into. Christy and I was together, so it's been within the last 10, 15 years. This is how we roll. We don't screw around with it. You're gonna hit me. If I'm big enough to hit back, I'm hitting back. I don't care who you are. You are my dad. But, it depends on how you come at me. If I deserve to get hit, then you go ahead and hit me. And if I don't think I deserve to get hit, I guess we're going to be fighting. I'm not really proud of that. But point being is that, yeah, I've made some bad choices in life. I don't call myself Michelle on Fridays. I don't know, man. It's just it's a fucked up world we're living in, people. And until we decide to fix it as parents, it's up to us, the parents, to fix this shit. To fix our kids, fix the country, fix the political system, check the police. Do everything that's going on in this country is up to the parents right now. If you can't be a parent, you need to quit having kids. Number one. If you have a daughter, you need to raise a daughter. And that daughter starts to do some other shit, you need to say, hey, you know what? I had a daughter. You're going to be a daughter until you at least get out of my house. And you can be whatever you want. As long as you're here, you're going to be a daughter. Just like my kids. I got boys. I don't care what my boys do. I don't care if they bring home guys, girls. It don't matter to me. Whatever makes them happy. But as long as they're in my house, they're going to act a certain way. And that's the way that I tell them to. It's just the way it is. You want to call yourself, Juanita? Okay. I'll see you when you're 18. Then you can go call yourself Juanita. Until then, you're trading, you're Silas. Whatever. I just don't get it, man. I mean, I truly don't get this shit. It's fucking insane. But, welcome to my nightmare.